Come on, Eric. Recover. Push it, push it, push it. Come on. Heart rate is way higher than last time. Recover. Ah! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're at it again. Stage 2, Race Scotland. Trying to beat my previous time of the other day, which was, let me see here, 22 minutes, 17 seconds. Can it be done? I hope so. Will I live? I hope so. Will I win? I hope so. Let's get to it.
The Glasgow Crit circuit, you guys know what it looks like. You've raced it before, you've seen the videos at this point, but nonetheless, here it is. Here is the Velviewer map, which I don't think is accurate because the actual course seems way more punchy than that. But whatever. I know what I'm getting into. Of course, my goal is to beat my previous time, hang with the group, finish with the group. If I could not get dropped, if I could beat my previous power of 280 watts, which was outrageous, in my humble opinion, for me anyways. So I do my best to rocket through this lead-in. I try to get it done as fast as I possibly can, and I'm doing pretty good at that. Obviously out in front, I have a nice high cadence. I'm getting a little more comfortable with a much higher cadence, and in turn a much higher power. So got the lead-in done. We're going for the actual race now.
Alright, we started. We're going to settle in.
Here we go, lap number 1. Should say that the group is about 51 riders, so bigger field than it was the other day when I rode this. And this is the second time I've ever ridden the same stage 2 times for a racing series like this. I just, loved it so much the first time, I just had to do it again. I actually am kind of determined to beat my time on it just because I really want to. And I like the course because my power number was so high, and I don't know, it was relatively fun, but also a tremendous effort, tremendous workout. So it's pretty cool. Love-hate relationship for sure, but I do overall really like it. I could do without the burritos, and that's one thing. I'm just not hung up on the video game aspect of Zwift, aka the power-ups. I definitely go for the just fitness and workout aspect of it all. So if you notice, probably have very poor placement of the burrito power up. It just, I don't know. Again, it's not what I'm going for. It's not what I'm trying to get hung up on. I'm going for actual power output, actual fitness gains, and sweet YouTube content as well. Speaking of, I hit my 500 subscriber goal. The goal is to hit 500 by the end of the month of February. I got it 2 weeks early, so thank you all, 500 of you. Thank you so very much. That is awesome. I love this community that we're building. It's been a blast. So speaking of blast, I am doing what I can to blast up this hill. Again, keeping the cadence really high, and that's what I feel like I need to do. And I mean, it's paying off, it's working. So coming up the top of the hill in 10th place. Now again, it is a pretty forgiving route, actually, considering how stinking tough it is. You go over that double puncher of a climb, and then you descend, and then you go flying around the bend, and it goes right back up to 6. It goes higher than that. I don't know, only 6%. Huh. So you can kind of like do this slingshot method, which is pretty sweet. So I don't panic going down that descent when I'm not with everybody immediately. Like right now, I'm kind of a little further back than I would prefer to be. But I know I can see it's gonna go right back uphill again. So it is forgiving in that sense. So it does kind of work out. But you still gotta work for it. That's for sure. I mean, look at that. My cadence is well over 100, hit like 109 right there, and then as it goes back down, kind of levels back out. So this is the one point where I'm actually able to super tuck and catch my breath ever so slightly, and then from here to the finish line, it's just about flat. There's maybe a couple rollers. I don't know about rollers. I think they're kind of punchy, but maybe lumps a weakling. So, yeah, here we go. This is kind of finishing up lap number 1 here. This is the last roller, as they say. I don't know, roller. 7% roller. I don't know about that one. But again, I mean, doing the 450 watt dig, well over 100 RPMs, and I'm just not sold on these burritos. It doesn't help me to use it on the flat, because that's when I want to draft. I don't think it has a huge effect when you're going up the hill because it's so steep. You're not really drafting that much anyways. And on the descent, if you really want to ruin somebody, guys like me, that's where I need to draft, is especially on the descent. But then you don't get to draft either. So it was a real catch-22. That's why I wasn't too hung up on the burritos. I kind of just found myself using it when everybody else used it. And even then, there was a couple times where I just did throw a couple away on this particular race. Just, I wasn't that worried about it. Again, I'm not worried about the video game.
Come on, 1 down, 4 more.
Aspect of things. Yeah, dude. I do a fair amount of talking to myself as well. Trying to hype myself up, trying to calm myself down, trying to, talk myself off a ledge as well. So it's quite the plethora of things I'm yelling at myself for. So going on to lap 2 now. See, like that right there, I just used that burrito just to throw it away. I probably should have actually thrown it away. I just really kind of hurt myself in that portion, but the group is moving here. 29 miles an hour on the flat, and we do have a couple guys drop. So even if you have 51 guys, I don't know, what is the percentage you should cut off from the back who's going to get dropped pretty early on or in the first half of the race? I don't know. I think it's kind of a good 10% maybe. I don't know, depending on the field size. So, but look at the mini map. There's quite a few guys back there. There's another train or so. So I don't know. There's definitely not 51 guys in this group right here. And with my availability and everything, I'm not able to find prime time where there's a giant group of 100 plus guys in the blob. Just hasn't fit my schedule that way. So this is also why I'm doing it a second time, because it was a slightly bigger field, only by, I don't know, maybe 10 people or so. So going up this double punch of a hill again, really digging deep.
Come on. Come on. Push it, push it, push it. Stay on it.
And again, I got to stay with everybody going over as it hits that zero. As it levels out, it hits 0%. You go around the corner. And the descent again. So people got the burrito. That really screws me because I'm not able to draft off them, and that's when I really need to draft off them. And also that's when I really need to recover. So just kind of hold the power down, and then sling around. You spike it right back up, 110 RPM. Just man, this is crazy. Some real glute work right here. Super fun course. I tell you what, my heart rate is noticeably higher than it was the other day, and I'm feeling it too. I thought it was kind of funky how low it was previously when I last did this race, but now that I'm doing this, I'm like, holy smokes! I'm feeling the difference, and it's only lap 2, so I am pretty impressed with myself the way I'm kind of off the back, and then I catch right back up. I'm not very impressed with the yo-yo technique that I'm doing. I thought I left that in Crit City last year, but I'm a little out of practice with the crits. So the spikes in power, just these spires of red down at the bottom of the screen, is just crazy, and that's what a crit is. And also, I think I like this course because it is most realistic to the crits that I've done, where it's just spike it up and hold it, and then rest for 2 seconds, and then kind of hold the power down and spike it back up, and then a couple seconds of rest. So and then you repeat it for, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So that's the bulk of lap number 2. It's the exciting parts of lap number 2, I'll say that.
Heart rate is way higher than last time. I don't like that. Recover.
On these flatter sections, I am able to get a pretty good recovery in. Definitely able to bring my heart rate down. It's not able to stay there, of course, as we're doing big efforts, but overall, I did have a much more elevated heart rate compared to my previous one. But that, I don't know, you win some, you lose some. And again, here's another example of just poor burrito placement, just probably stupid. I just kind of see everyone else do it, so I do it as well. And then I compensate by dropping 600 watts on the second punch there. Go down the hill, and this is where I start to get a little nervous because in the past, I've been able to slingshot around and catch up to the front group on that hill, and I just wasn't And now it's like, okay, I can grab the guy's wheel in front of me, but is he on the wheel of the guy in front of him? No. And as you can see, it just kind of getting a little more strung out. So I catch that guy's wheel, but he's not on the group. So I gotta, this is pretty impressive. This is the most impressive thing the whole day. Catching up, holding 4 point some watts per kilo, catching up to everybody, and going all the way to the front. Look at that. Not the best move, or it wasn't particularly intentional, but nonetheless, like holding that power and like catching up. They had a 1 or 2 second gap on me, but I mean this portion, finishing up lap 3, going into lap 4, is when I'm kind of hurting. Holding a heart rate of 175 is not.
Come on, Eric.
Completely out of the question, but it's not great either. So it is what it is. You got to keep fighting. You got to keep going. You got to keep pushing. 2 laps left. The good news is, I mean, we're trying to beat 22 minutes, so it's like, okay, we're at 13. Yeah, sure, we got some time left, but, you know, so I'm just yelling at myself.
Recover!
Trying to get that recovery and trying to get that heart rate back down. I mean, on these flat portions, it's not that bad. I'm not worried about the heart rate on the flat sections, though. I'm worried about them, you know, on those descents after those punchy uphills. So, and again, I'm hurting at this point. This is where I'm really starting to fall off the back. It's just stupid burrito placement. Like, I should have just not used them. Should let them go to waste. I mean, everyone burritos each other up there. It's just burrito warfare, slinging burritos at people. But yeah, this is again starting to get real strung out. But you know, the forgivableness of this route, it's like, okay, let me catch him. Nope, the guy in front of me hits me with the burrito, so I have to like keep the power down on the descent. No recovery there. I'm gonna call it there. I mean, that's kind of what did me in. So now it's like, okay. I was really hoping to close this gap again. I had the high cadence. I had a little strategy going over those double rollers right there. We go down. I mean, they're gone. So, you know, 7-8 seconds. There's no coming back from that one. If these guys want to work and push real hard, maybe, but also probably definitely not. And I mean, we're all hurting at this point. So. We kind of come down to the battle of the losers here, and yeah, we're actually gonna skip ahead. Double punch of the last lap. No real like attacks go off the front of these 2 other guys that I'm competing against. I mean, there is no point. I mean, yeah, sure, he hits it with the burrito on a 9% incline. Someone, you know, drop a comment down below. Is that actually gonna do anything? How much draft is there actually on a 9% grade? I don't know. So I just can't wrap my brain around the how to use effectively the burrito. So yeah, we're just kind of like playing leapfrog with these 2 dudes, and just trying to stay alive, trying to, you know, keep my head up and just finish this thing. So I mean, but overall, 15, 16, 17 or whatever out of 51, you're still gonna finish pretty well in the standings. Although, I mean, time is coming down to it if I want to beat that 22:17. It's still got just under 1 mile remaining, a couple rollers left. And, I mean, not outrageous power, but nothing record-breaking, that's for sure. So that was the last uphill portion. I tried to get a gap on him. It didn't work. Hit this guy with the burrito, and then I launch, you know, I just try to hold a high power. And then I'm really holding it down, and they just both come around me, and I think I started a little too early, and then dude, the legs were like, nah, not today, Eric. So 22 minutes, 18.5 seconds. Oh, dude, I did not get it. I did not get it by 1.5 seconds. Dude, a heartbreaker. An absolute heartbreaker. If I knew he was going to come down that close, I would have pushed, of course, that much harder for, you know, half a second, and I would have made it up.
I didn't get it. 1.5 seconds off. Oh my goodness.
That's all she wrote for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for 500 subscribers. Hey, stay tuned. I got City in the Skirt coming on up. A little course recon that I did right after this race, so stay tuned.